Welcome to Welty Auditorium. In the event that the building has to be evacuated, please follow the instructions of staff members and exit the building using the nearest exit. 2 exits are provided on the left and right sides of the auditorium, and 3 exits off the main concourse. Once you exit the auditorium, please proceed directly outside and stand away from the building. Thank you.
But they have my remarks in there. Great. All right.
Welcome, students, faculty, staff, families, friends, everyone. The 2026 commencement exercises of Connecticut State Community College Middlesex are now in session. Please stand and remain standing for the procession.
remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome to the 2026 commencement for Connecticut State Community College Middlesex. Welcome to our guests, our families, our supporters, the children of our graduates, to our alumni, to our distinguished guests here on stage, and most importantly, welcome to our graduates, the class of 2026. I'm Dr. Joshua Moon Johnson, here they pronouns, and I have the privilege to serve as the campus president here at CT State Middlesex, and it is such a joy to be able to do work empowering our students and our community members to pursue their academic and their career goals. As I look at our beautiful graduates here today, I'm just in awe of all of your accomplishments and inspired by the work that you do and that you will continue to do as you leave our institution and move on to other things. We are honored today to gather to celebrate you, our graduating class of 2026. As I begin a few words today, I want to tell you a little bit about the class of 2026 for CT State Middlesex. We're proud to graduate 303 students this evening, and we're awarding a total of 266 degrees and 111 certificates. Prior to this gathering this evening, a number of us were able to gather earlier today at the Cheshire Correctional Facility for our Center for Prison Education graduation, where we had 14 students who are currently incarcerated finishing their associate's degree. And of those, there were also 4 who were finishing their bachelor's degree who were previously students at CT State as non-tech. And this is in a partnership with Wesleyan University. So 19 of our graduates this morning just finished while currently incarcerated with their associate's and bachelor's degree that are all a part of the class of 2026. And this is the beauty and the mission of community college education. Thinking a little bit more about our class here today, the median GPA was 3.4, our youngest student is 19, and our oldest graduate is 76 years old. So anyone in our audience thinking that they're too old for school, clearly you're not, and we welcome you at CT State. 58% of our graduates this year are the first in their families to graduate from college. Y'all, you can clap. And of our graduating class, 10 of those are veterans of military service. So tonight, as we celebrate you, I want to spend a few minutes thinking about your story and your time and your accomplishments at CT State Middlesex. I would assume that many of you had obstacles that you had to overcome to get to this point of where you are. and those obstacles and those experiences have prepared you for your future endeavors. I hope that you look back on this time and you're proud of all that you did here at Middlesex, and we're ensuring you that you're motivated to take your new knowledge and skills as you move on to that next chapter. I've worked in higher education for over 20 years now, and it always frustrates me when I hear people talking about graduates and say, when you get ready for the real world. And I don't know if many of those folks who say that know graduates like you today. When they think about you, they're probably having a different context of what college is. I would guess to say that most of you have already been living in the real world as you pursued your education and your degree. For most of you, and similar to my own experience being in college, that included holding multiple jobs, figuring out what you were going to do next in your life, balancing relationships with friends and family, possibly caring for family members, whether that's your children, your siblings, or even your parents or other folks you're related to, navigating the stresses of social injustices, figuring out how you're going to buy books and apply for jobs or to transfer. I promise the skills that you learned while navigating your education at CT State Middlesex, those have prepared you to be successful in your current world as well as what others might call the real world. So as you're thinking about transitioning out of our community, I'm sure you have many feelings, one of which may be fear. You may have figured out how to be successful at Middlesex, but also may be wondering if you'll be the same as you transition to a university or to a career job. Each time that I transitioned within my life, whether that was from community college to a university, from a bachelor's degree to a master's degree, to a master's degree to a doctorate program, I always wonder, I was successful in that last stage, will I also be successful in this stage as well? So as you think about that, I ask that you keep questioning these things, but also don't question if you're good enough to be here or to be to your next step as well. I assure you, the skills you develop to be successful here will translate to your next phase as well. And even when I could not articulate it, I knew that colleges or universities in this country were often not built for me, or probably for many of you as well, as you maybe are thinking about the scope of higher education and society in this country related to racial and ethnic identities, gender and sexual orientations, disabilities, income backgrounds, age, citizenship status, or maybe even religious backgrounds. And despite sometimes environments and the places that we live and grow up in not being a part of a place that celebrates us or welcomes us, we all found ways to thrive, and we all found ways to succeed. So despite being a part of sometimes education systems or other systems that were not built for us, we always find ways to succeed. You may transfer to a university or move into a career where people may not look like you, speak like you, or even eat food like you, or even learn like you. And it might be easy to feel like you don't belong there, or that you're inferior or other in other ways. But I ask you now, if you ever have that thought, to stop it, to challenge it, and to remind yourself that you belong there, you will succeed. Problem is not you, it's with those organizations and with society. So I know that Middlesex is pretty well known for being welcoming and inclusive, but there still may have been times or moments that maybe you felt like that wasn't your place as well. And I want you to remember, when you hit those times or you had those feelings, what were those specific things that kept you going when you hit an obstacle or had feelings that you maybe were not in that right place? You obviously overcame them and succeeded. When you think about what those were, it could have been that one advisor that you knew would help you figure it out. It may have been that one student club where others shared similar lived experiences and similar identities and similar interests. It may have been that professor, a dining staff member, a custodian, a student life staff member who listened to you, who saw you, who supported you, and who encouraged you when you thought maybe you would give up. And as you move on to your next community, please find those resources. Find those community spaces, support systems, and mentors. And if you don't find it easily, create it yourselves. You're all leaders who can create those spaces for you and for other people as well. Those spaces that support you in tough times, those are critical to your success. Now, as I mentioned, those people that could have been your support system, think about who that person is at Middlesex or in your social circle that supported you and encouraged you when you wanted to give up. You have that person in your head now? Okay, got it? So you can take out your phone now. I see some of you on your phone already. It's okay. Take out your phone, please. And I want you to take a selfie of yourself and all your regalia, your hat, smiling. Take that selfie. Okay, you got it? And I want you to text it or email it to that person who's been your support system, who encouraged you when possibly you didn't think you could make it, and thank them for getting you to this point of where you are. I'm sure right now some of our family members, some of our faculty members, their phones are blowing up because y'all have been their support systems, and thank you for supporting our graduates. So the next thing, as you move on to the next chapter, I hope you can become that support person to someone else. We all need those people in our lives from time to time. And I know that that exercise can sometimes leave some of us feeling more alone, that sometimes we couldn't think of anyone who is a support system to us. And if you are ever in that spot where you feel like you're alone, that's real. And sometimes in my journey, I felt alone and isolated at times when I was facing obstacles. I was on a panel one time for educational leaders, and someone asked a question to us as panelists around who had been a mentor for me in that space. And I really had struggled at this point in my life and my career to think about someone who had guided me, who had supported me, as someone who's also from a first-generation college student family and many different identities. That was a struggle for me. So if you're feeling like in this space you have had to do this journey alone, I applaud you, and I'm glad that you're here. For many folks, this may be because you're coming from a background that was not historically represented or even included in higher education, whether that you're a former foster youth, queer or trans-identified, racially minoritized, undocumented or separated from your family, or you're that first person in your family who went to college and other folks around you did not know how to support you. You likely had to do a lot of these things alone. And I'm proud of you. Your strength is inspiring, and I know you have everything you need to keep going, even if it's only you who can support you at time to time. Remember that you deserve good things. You deserve this success, and if anyone tries to tell you otherwise, remember today. Remember that even when times are tough, remember even when you doubted yourself, you overcame and you achieved. And I don't want to give too much time and attention to the haters out there, so I do want to quote one of my most profound writers and poets from my generation, Beyonce Knowles. And as she says, always stay gracious, the best revenge is your paper. So today, your paper, I'm talking about your diplomas, your certificates, and those transcripts. Also, I do want your paper to also be lots of money, and you can donate it back to the Middlesex Community College Foundation so we can support other students. That's my foundation shout out, y'all. With all that, as we reflect on success, accomplishments, and resilience, I want you to be proud. I also want you to look back and find ways to transform society, our colleges and our universities, our workplaces and our communities. I fully reject this idea that you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps and other folks can do the same thing behind you. Nope. I want us to look back and to make it easier for folks who look like us, for folks who don't look like us, who have also faced unjust obstacles. You have that power to transform organizations and others around you. And I know that's what the core of Middlesex is all about, and I hope you leave with that in your spirit. You are not just a graduate, you are a change agent. If you are in this crowd thinking about all these struggles and obstacles that I'm mentioning don't really resonate with you, I'm very happy for you. However, I also challenge you to think about ways that you can be an advocate, an ally, an accomplice, and a co-conspirator to others around you who have faced obstacles in their journey. I want you to keep that at the front of your mind, and other members of your communities could be facing obstacles, and hopefully you can support them regardless of who they are, their identities, their bodies, their spaces, their circumstances, or places that they were born into. And you can do something about that. You can influence the experiences of those around you. So as I conclude, I hope that you celebrate this major life moment. You reflect on this degree or certificate, this time or even this career that you're moving into, and how it fits into your purpose. Looking at each of you now, I know that each of you were put here for a purpose. That purpose may be to impact some individuals around you, entire organizations, or entire nations. This degree is one tool that can guide you towards identifying and fulfilling your purpose. I always said that when I got to be president at a commencement, I would quote Dr. Seuss's "Oh, the Places You'll Go." So I'm going to end with this quote. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you're the one who'll decide where to go. Thank you. Congratulations, graduates. Be blessed. Let's celebrate. I now have the privilege in inviting Dr. Christina Royal, Interim President of Connecticut State Community College, to the podium to bring greetings.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2026. What an amazing day. It's so wonderful to be here and celebrate with you today and the CT State Middlesex community. It's a community known for its creativity, culture, and strong sense of connection. Middlesex is a campus where students are encouraged to discover not only what they want to do, but who they want to become. Before I continue, though, I want to take a moment to thank Campus President Dr. Moon Johnson for his outstanding leadership and for the care and commitment he brings to this campus community. Thank you. Graduates, commencement is one of the most meaningful traditions in higher education because it gives us a chance to pause and recognize growth. Not only academic growth, but personal growth as well. The people sitting here tonight are not the same people who first arrived on our campus. Along the way, you gain knowledge, confidence, resilience, and perspective. Those lessons will stay with you long after tonight. Every graduate arrives at this moment on a different path. Some of those paths are direct, and some include balancing work, family, service, caregiving, uncertainty, or unexpected turns along the way. What unites you tonight is not that your journeys were the same, but that each of you found a way forward. There were likely moments when the finish line felt very far away. There may have been times when you questioned whether continuing was even possible. But tonight, you have proven something important to yourselves and to everyone around you, that you are resilient and you are ready for what's next. I also want to thank the families, faculty, advisors, staff who all supported the graduates on their journeys. Education changes lives, but nobody reaches this moment entirely alone. Your support mattered more than you know. Graduates, as you move forward into the next chapter of your lives, remember that success is not only defined by titles or salaries or accomplishments. It's also defined by how you treat people, how you contribute to your communities, and how you continue growing throughout your life, and those lessons that will carry you both into your personal and professional lives. The world is rapidly changing. Technology is changing and transforming industries. Artificial intelligence is challenging us in new ways. But there will always be a need for people who bring integrity, compassion, creativity, and humanity into the work that you do every day. Tonight, I hope you take time to fully appreciate what you have achieved. Your degree or certificate represents far more than the coursework completed. It represents perseverance and growth, sacrifice, as well as possibility. And tonight, that possibility belongs entirely to you. So whether you're entering the workforce, continuing your education, or discovering what comes next, know this: the greatest strength will always be the person that you choose to become. Class of 2026, this is your time. The future is something that doesn't simply happen to you. You're going to write it. Make it a chapter worth reading. Congratulations, class of 2026, you did it.
I now have the privilege of inviting Vice Chair of the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education to the podium to bring greetings. Please join me in welcoming Vice Chair James.
Thank you, President Moon Johnson. Good evening. My name is Juanita James, and on behalf of my fellow regents, I am honored to extend greetings and congratulations to this Connecticut State Middlesex class of 2026, and gratitude to the parents, families, friends, and others whose encouragement and support helped make this achievement possible. President Moon Johnson's message resonated so much with me. I too am a first-generation college graduate and know how much it means to your families and to your friends and all of the people who have loved and supported you. We are here to celebrate your academic accomplishments and the perseverance, sacrifice, and determination that has brought you to this moment. Today marks an important milestone in your higher education journey, and we are incredibly proud of all that you have achieved through your hard work and dedication. At the same time, remember that commencement is not an ending, but a beginning with endless possibilities and opportunities. Some of you will continue in higher education, while others will enter the workforce or pursue new paths and ambitions. But wherever your journey leads, CT State Middlesex has prepared you with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to succeed. I would also like to express my gratitude to the faculty and staff at CT State Middlesex who have served as mentors, educators, and champions to your success. Their commitment, expertise, and dedication have helped shape the quality of your educational experience. Graduates of the class of 2026, congratulations once again on this remarkable achievement. The Board of Regents is proud of you, and I look forward to witnessing the positive impact you will make throughout the state of Connecticut and beyond. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Sarah Hansen, Associate Dean of Student Affairs here at CT State Middlesex, and it's an honor for me to introduce the student speaker for the graduating class of 2026, Ellis Newman. Ellis is a non-traditional student coming to CT State after 8 years out of high school. She is a very involved student, and this past year served as president of multiple clubs and held the dual role of vice president and secretary of Student Senate. Ellis was also a student worker, aiding in planning and executing all of the student activity events around campus. As a diligent worker, Ellis often went above and beyond her duties to help anyone who asked. She is proud to say she advocated on the state level for more funding for the college, specifically addressing transportation challenges for students like her who rely on the bus. I had the pleasure of working with Ellis through many of the events and activities she participated in over the last few years. I remember seeing her on one of her first days on campus, and she quickly became a familiar face as she became an integral part of our student affairs team. I am immensely proud of all she has been able to accomplish, even when I know there were challenges she faced throughout her journey. She is resilient and strong, and her story will serve as an inspiration to so many of you here tonight. Above all, Ellis is kind, and I have seen her demonstrate kindness to so many people just when they needed it the most. Ellis is very well liked and respected around campus, and she would like to remind everyone that if you miss her, her giant portrait is on the wall in Founders Hall, right outside of my office. I have the joy of seeing her smile every day, and I am honored to introduce Ellis Newman as your Class of 2026 student speaker.
Hello, I am Ellis Newman. This past year, I have been the Vice President of Student Senate, being one of the many voices on campus, and a very involved student, and have the privilege of being chosen to be your speaker tonight. Firstly, I want to thank everyone for coming here today. The staff and faculty who are so proud of their students, I hear you, Tawana, and we really appreciate you. The students who have shown up for yourself and made it to this stage, and the friends and family who, without you, many grads wouldn't be here today. Today is a day, not only do we look into the future, we reminisce about the past, all it took to get us here. The ups, the downs, the sideways, we were every which way, and yet it all accumulated to graduation. CT State Community College is a stepping stone to some, but a home to all. Whether you spent your time in Founders Hall playing pool or Uno in the game room, or in Chapman Hall studying in a library, or maybe you were locked in at the Academic Success Center studying for tutoring, all the tutoring you had time for. You left your mark on this campus and the people on it. We made friends, we laughed, we cried, especially over finals. We felt the whole range of human emotions, and it was great. But things don't last forever. Here we are at commencement, ready to move on to the next big thing, whether that be moving on to another college like me or going into the workforce. Change is scary, and I want you all to know we got this. Not only that, but we did this. College isn't easy. However, no matter the challenges, the struggles, the setbacks, we all made it here, and that's something to be proud of. Proof of that is in this room. The friends you have with you, the faculty and staff that are here, and even you, the incredible you, showing up for yourself. And you should be proud. I want you all to raise your hands. How many of you are first-generation college students? How many of you are non-traditional students who did not come here straight out of high school? And how many of you had any doubts you would make it to the stage or not? Like many of us, I went into this thinking I couldn't do college. Traditional learning just wasn't for me. Coming here, we were all met with a warm welcome, and all our professors believed in us, every single one of them. We had staff and faculty here who saw more potential in us than we saw in ourselves. Some of us, including myself, only did what was comfortable. But look at me now. I have the absolute privilege of standing up here giving this speech. Past me would never even dream of this. By going to college, we all did something inherently difficult and uncomfortable. And I want you all to look back on the person you were 2, 3, however many years ago. You're not the same person you were now. You're better, stronger, more educated, and definitely capable of what life throws at you. We played a balancing act. Many of us took on obligations like work, family, a social life, and of course, school. We had challenges both in and out of the classroom and overcame all of them to make it here tonight. We all started at different places. However, sitting here tonight, we're all in the same place. CT State graduates, ready to move on to the next big, uncomfortable thing. That range of human emotions I talked about earlier, we're feeling those tonight as well. Pride over our accomplishments, joys that we made it here, sadness we're leaving, and maybe some nervousness as we go on to the next big thing. CT State is more than a launching pad to a better, more fulfilling life. It's a place you'll always remember fondly, a place you can call a home away from home, and a place to be great. If you remember one thing, it's that you are stronger and braver than you know, and you got this. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Ellis, thank you for your inspiring remarks. It's now my distinct honor and privilege to introduce Middlesex 2026 commencement speaker, Sarah Gadsby. Sarah is a prominent mental health leader in Connecticut and serves as the Chief Executive Officer at River Valley Services with the State of Connecticut Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services. With more than 30 years of experience leading behavioral health organizations in both private and nonprofit sectors, she has advanced evidence-based integrated care, improving outcomes for individuals and families. Sarah oversees the development and delivery of behavioral health programs throughout the region, working in close partnership with community leaders and stakeholders to expand access to quality mental health service delivery. A specialist in trauma-informed care, she is deeply committed to serving vulnerable populations with dignity, compassion, and hope. She's a strong advocate for open conversations about mental health and believes no one should be struggling in silence. Beyond her professional leadership, Sarah is active at the local and national level to raise awareness, reduce stigma, and promote access to care. She serves as the board president of the American Association of Suicidology, contributing to the nationwide suicide prevention efforts, chair of the Rotary Club of Middletown's Mental Health Committee, partnering with CT State Middlesex to promote the Take a Moment Mental Health Awareness Campaign, and leads the Women's Leadership Collaborative for the Middlesex Chamber of Commerce, cultivating an inclusive environment that empowers, educates, and supports all women to meet their professional goals. Please join me in welcoming Sarah to the stage.
Good evening, graduates. It is an honor to be here celebrating the class of 2026. We gather here to celebrate something extraordinary, not just a graduation, but a collection of stories of perseverance, sacrifice, late nights, early morning, and more cups of coffee than any doctor would recommend. Being here feels like full circle to me, as I also started my educational career at a community college. And let me tell you, community college graduates are some of the most determined people I know. We are experts at doing a lot with a little. You know how to take a full course load, part-time or a full-time job, family responsibilities, and still somehow submit your assignments before midnight. And this is not one story, it's 1,000 of those stories. Some of you came here right after high school, some returned after years away from school. Some are for the first in your families to earn a degree, and some are balancing parenting, caregiving, military service, or second careers. But one of the greatest gifts of community college is right in its name, community. This is what community looks like, not sameness, not perfection, not a straight line to success. We do not become who we are meant to be alone. We are shaped by the people who encouraged us, challenged us, listened to us, and believed in us. So let's take a moment to thank the people who helped make this day possible. Your family, friends, and faculty at CT State Middlesex. As we honor your achievement today, I want to speak about something just as important as grades, credentials, and career plans: the importance of community, kindness, and taking care of your mental wellness. We live in a culture that sometimes celebrates the individual accomplishments so loudly that we forget about the power of community. Build community wherever you go. Be the person who includes others. Be the person who notices the one standing alone on the edge of the room. Be the one who makes people feel seen. Because at the end, the most meaningful lives are not measured only by accomplishments, but by the trust and sense of belonging we help create around us. And that brings me to kindness. Kindness is often underestimated because it can look so small. A thoughtful word, a patient response, encouragement offered freely. It is the decision to remain human in a world that can sometimes reward indifference. There will be moments in life when it's easy to be impatient, cynical, dismissive, or hard. But remember, kindness has extraordinary power. The world you're entering does not only need smart people, it needs grounded people. It needs people who know how to collaborate, how to care, how to stay kind in systems that can sometimes make people feel invisible. Carry kindness with you. Bring it into your ambition. Bring it into your leadership. Bring it into your friendships, your families, your work, and your communities. Let people remember not only what you achieved, but how you made others feel in your present. Respected, encouraged, and valued. And being in the mental health field for over 30 years, I couldn't let you leave without reminding you about the importance of taking care of your mental health and well-being. Too many people talk about mental health only in whispers, or worse, not at all. Your future does not become brighter because you ignore your inner self. A strong future is not built on only resumes and results. It is built on resilience, balance, self-awareness, and the courage to ask for help when you need it. Protect your mental health in the same way you protect your physical health. Taking care of your mind is an investment for a happy future. It is not a side issue. I hope you release the idea that you must have everything figured out. You do not need a perfect plan. We live in a world that can tempt you to measure your worth by productivity, likes, titles, salaries, or how quickly life seems to be moving for others. But comparison is a poor compass. The happiest life is not always the richest one. The busiest life is not always the healthiest one, and the most polished image really tells the full story. Do not let the world convince you that your value must be constantly proven. Your value is in your authenticity. So what does it look like to care for your mental health in the real world? Sometimes it looks like resting without guilt. Sometimes it's setting boundaries. Sometimes it looks like turning off the noise of like the news and social media long enough to hear your own thoughts. Strength is not only found in carrying the load, it is also found in knowing when to share it. So here is the beautiful truth. Community, kindness, and well-being are not separate ideas. They belong to one another. Community reminds us that we need one another. Kindness shows us how to treat one another. Well-being teaches us how to care for ourselves so we can keep showing up as our best self. So graduates, go forward with ambition, but also with a kind heart. Build careers, but also build communities. Chase excellence, but do not lose your humanity in the process. Be the person who remembers to hold the doors, share the credit, ask the hard questions, and make room for others at the table. Let your education be seen in not just titles you earn, but in the lives you touch. These are essential to strong families, strong workplaces, and strong communities. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Sarah, thank you for being here and providing the commencement address this evening. But even more, thank you for your profound leadership. Good evening, everyone. I'm Donna Bontadibus, the Dean of Students and Faculty at Connecticut State Middlesex. At this time, I'd like to present you the recipients of the Medallions for Academic Excellence. These awards are bestowed upon graduates who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average in an associate degree program and who have completed at least half of their course requirements at Middlesex. Let's introduce the recipients. The first recipient this evening is Erin Cameron. Erin, would you come to the podium, please? Erin is a dedicated psychology student at Connecticut State Middlesex. After spending the past 5 years working in public special education, Erin was inspired to further her education and deepen her understanding of working with children and families. Her experience in education strengthened her commitment to helping others. Balancing academics, work, and raising 3 children, she returned to college determined to create an even greater impact in the future. This fall, Erin will continue her educational journey at Charter Oak State College to pursue her bachelor's degree in psychology with a goal of becoming a marriage and family therapist specializing in play therapy. Congratulations, Erin. The next recipient is Wesley Huxley. Wesley, would you come to the podium, please? Wesley is a Cheshire native and graduate of Cheshire High School. His path to this degree has been one of persistence, continuing his education over the years as times and finances allowed, while building a career and staying active in civic organizations throughout his community. After returning to college this year, Wesley excelled in a new online learning environment and successfully completed his studies. He proudly lives in Meriden with his wife, Shannon, where they share the commitment to service, community, and helping others remain as an important part of their life together. Congratulations. The next recipient of the Medallion for Academic Excellence is Carissa Iannucci. Carissa, come on up to the podium. Carissa has overcome tremendous challenges throughout her life, including homelessness, personal loss, and many struggles along the way. Despite every obstacle, she made the courageous decision to continue her education and create a better future for herself. Through hard work, resilience, determination, and an unwavering drive to succeed, she has achieved more than she imagined possible. She is deeply grateful for the support of her family and friends who stood beside her throughout this journey. Receiving this award is a reflection of her strength and proof that with determination, she can accomplish anything she sets her mind to. Congratulations. We have one more recipient of the Medallion for Academic Excellence who unfortunately wasn't able to attend this evening. We would like to extend our congratulations to Ethan Lucas. Congratulations, Ethan. Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Stephen Minkler to the podium to present the Pritchard Taylor Awards. Dr. Minkler is representing our Middlesex Community College Foundation this evening.
Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Stephen Minkler, former CEO of the Middlesex campus, and tonight I'm really proud to represent the Board of Directors of the Middlesex Community College Foundation. Class of 2026, I bring you greetings from our board chair, Laura Piper, and from my fellow directors who include faculty and staff members, students and alumni, and community supporters like me who share a deep and long-standing commitment to this campus. The Foundation is an independent charitable organization dedicated exclusively to CT State Middlesex and the belief in its transformative power. Our mission is to remove barriers and to open doors for students pursuing their education here at Middlesex. Through scholarships, program and faculty support, and strategic partnerships, the Foundation helps ensure that every Middlesex student has the opportunity to learn, grow, and succeed. And did you know, every year the Foundation awards close to $100,000 in scholarships to dozens of students, including many of you here tonight. Our work is made possible through both fundraising and what we call friend-raising, building connections with thousands of alumni, business leaders, and community members who have chosen to invest not only their resources, but their time, encouragement, and belief in your potential. Together, we strengthen our students, their families, our communities, and our region as a whole. So please join me in thanking the donors and supporters whose generosity makes the work of the Middlesex Community College Foundation possible. The foundation also plays a major role in connecting with alumni of Middlesex Community College and CT State Middlesex. Class of 2026, in just a little while, when you move your tassels from one side to the other, you will graduate and officially join the Alumni Association. Yes. So we invite you and any other alumni here tonight to join us on Friday, June 5th at 5:30 for our annual Alumni Meet and Mingle Mixer at our main campus in Middletown. Just go to mxccfoundation.org and let us know you're coming. So I'm pleased to present this year's Pritchett Taylor Scholarship Awards. This award, established by Mary L. Pritchett and Edith Taylor, is given to 2 graduating students with the highest cumulative quality point average who have earned at least 30 credits at CT State Middlesex and who have attended full-time for at least 2 semesters. I'm pleased to introduce the first recipient of the Pritchett Taylor Scholarship Award, Riley Byro. Riley, would you come forward? Riley will transfer to Central Connecticut State University this fall to continue her studies in social work, where she will work toward earning her bachelor's degree. She is passionate about advocating for others and hopes to build a career supporting individuals and families in her community. She is incredibly grateful to be awarded this scholarship, an honor that would not have been possible without the consistent love and support from her friends and family. Congratulations, Riley. I'd now like to introduce the second recipient of the Pritchett Taylor Scholarship Award, Rebecca Rooney. Tonight, Rebecca is earning her associate degree in criminal justice, along with a certificate in homeland security. Building a strong foundation in the field, Rebecca will continue her academic journey at the University of New Haven to pursue a bachelor's degree. With a deep appreciation for the support of professors, family, and friends, Rebecca is eager to further her studies and make meaningful contributions to the field of criminal justice. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Winkler. Before we move to providing our degrees to our students, we would like to provide an honorary degree to an outstanding community partner who's made such an impact on the Middletown area. I'm honored to invite Sarah Gadsby back to the podium and also ask Vice Chair James to join us for the conferral of Sarah's honorary degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education concurring, I confer upon you the degree, Sarah Gadsby, honoris causa, and invest you with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. In token thereof, I hand to you the diploma and direct that you be vested with the hood appropriate to your degree.
Okay, next is what we've been waiting for, the presentation of our candidates. President Moon Johnson, I present to you the candidates for certificates and the candidates for degree of Associate of Arts, Associate of Applied Science, and the Associate of Science. These candidates have completed all the requirements for their degree and certificates as prescribed by the Board of Regents of the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities. Graduate names will be read this evening by Professors Keegan Samuel, Adam Floridia, and Nutan Mishra. I'd like to invite Professor Samuel to the podium to start reading the names. And as the students approach the podium, they're welcome to give their cards to each professor. Let's get started, everyone.
Erin Harriet Cameron. Carissa Lynn Iannucci, Associate CSCU Business Studies. Wesley C. Huxley, Associate in Science Degree, General Studies. Alice Newman, Associate in Arts Degree, Psychological Studies. Rebecca Rooney, Associate in Science, Criminal Justice. Riley Allison Alice Bureau, Associate in Arts Degree, Social Work Studies. Laura Montgomery, Associate in Science Degree, General Studies. Nisi Abina Chiwe Asante, Associate in Science Degree, General Studies.
Ronald Amari Alvarez, Criminology Studies.
Ronald Amari Alvarez, Associate in Arts Degree, Criminology Studies. Christopher John Dubois, Certificate in Medical Billing and Outpatient Coding Specialist. Daniel Joseph Zidlo, Certificate in Business Administration. Rebecca Califari, Associate in Arts Degree, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Social and Behavioral Sciences. Emma Peterson, Associate in Science Degree, Early Education, Certificate in Early Education. Asia Lee Mercado, Associate in Science Degree, Early Childhood Education. Patrick Allen Friel, Associate in Arts Degree, Social Work Studies. Haley Uba, Associate in Arts Degree, Criminology Studies. Connor Wood, Associate in Arts Degree, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Edwin Flynn, Associate in Science Degree, General Studies. Isabella Lynn Keeney, Associate in Science Degree, General Studies. Renee Moran, Certificate in Clinical Coding. Jessica Nevis, Associate in Arts Degree, Biology Studies. Ava Alves, Associate in Applied Science Degree, New Media Production, Digital Media Marketing. Colin Lamonte, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. Corey Nessie, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Multimedia, Certificate in New Media Production, Multimedia. Ava Gerard, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. Shalice Nicole Johnson, Associate in Arts degree, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Arts and Humanities. Nadia Grace Britt, Associate in Arts degree, Arts Studies. Dion Lopez, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Audio and Music Production, Certificate in New Media Production, Audio and Music Production. Lindsay Taylor, Linscog, Associate in Arts degree, Biology Studies. Michael Griffin, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, News and Sports. Henry Richard Piller, Associate in Science degree, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Math and Natural Sciences. Alyssa Genesis Gonzalez, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Digital Media Marketing. Alma Wanda Rodriguez, Associate in Science degree, Criminal Justice. Amanda Kowalczyk, Associate in Arts degree, Art Studies. Jocelyn Santos, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. James Michael Butch, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video. Nyla Tatiana Valentin, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video. Tabitha Ann Perkins, Associate in Science degree, Health Information Technology, Data Management.
Jacqueline Faith, Associate in Science degree, Health Information Technology, Data Management. Samantha Grice, Associate in Arts degree, CSCU Transfer Psych Studies. Perkowski? Yeah. Zachary Perkowski, Associate in Science degree, Business Administration, Finance, Certificate in Business Administration. Whew. Sydney Santiago, Associate in Arts degree, CSCU Transfer Social Work Studies. Matthew Peter Puzzo, Associate in Arts degree, CSCU Transfer Biochemistry Studies. Natalie Villafane, Associate in Science degree, Healthcare Administration. Jennifer Lowe, Associate in Science degree, Healthcare Administration. Okay. Kai Carosa Lutz, Associate in Science degree, Music Industry. John Russell Guarino, Associate in Science degree, Computer Information Systems Networking, and a Certificate in Computer Information Systems Information Technology Support. Marcus Dodona, Associate in Science degree, Computer Information Systems Programming. Melina Kalogridis, Associate in Arts degree, CSCU Transfer, Sociology Studies. Madeline Rose DiFilippo, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. Nestle Ojeda Gonzalez, Associate in Science degree, Radiography. Cassie Bailey Johnson, Associate in Science degree, Radiography, and a Certificate in Health Career Pathway. Mia Sally Ortiz, with an Associate in Science degree, Radiography. Gail Victoria Boatwright, with a Certificate in Clinical Coding. Hajar Raitab, Associate in Science degree, Accounting, and a Certificate in Accounting. Carrie Robinson, Associate in Science degree, Management Information Systems. Corinne Magiteri, Associate in Science degree, Business Administration, and a Certificate in Business Administration. Angelina Italia Gemelli, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. Zara Sheikh, Associate in Arts degree and a CSCU Transfer Business Studies with a Certificate in Business Administration. Evelyn O'Connor, an Associate in Arts degree, CSCU Transfer Psychology Studies. Liz Fernandez, Certificate in Medical Billing and Outpatient Coding Specialist. Lexi Nicole Coos, Associate in Science degree, Business Administration Management with Certificates in Business Administration and Management. Tegan Elizabeth Frost, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. Danita Rose Diaz, Associate in Science degree, General Studies. Nicole Louise DeLucia, Associate in Science degree, Early Childhood Education, and a Certificate in Early Childhood Education. Perry Price, Associate in Arts degree and a CSCU Transfer in Theater Studies. Ari Corrales Farm, Associate in Arts degree, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Arts and Humanities.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. Abigail.
Rhiannon Gibbous.
Abigail Rhiannon Gibbous, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video, Certificate in New Media Production, Film and Video. James Alvello, with a certificate in film. Anijah Dawes Santana, Associate in Arts degree, CSCU Transfer in Social Work Studies. Sometimes that makes sense. Isaac Drayton Aceto, Associate in Arts degree, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Arts and Humanities, Certificate in New Media Production, Film and Video. Jillian LeBlanc, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video. Megan Rano, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video. Dan Zumis, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video. Carly Paige Crispins, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video.
Hanif Barrett, Associate in Arts degree, CSCU transfer as well in Computer Science Studies. J-Path Velasco, Associate in Arts degree and Computer Science Studies. Karen Darmawan, Certificate in Computer Information Studies, Computer Networking, Associate in Science degree, Computer Information System and Networking. Faith Ruth Collot, Associate in Science degree, General Studies, Associate in Science degree and Healthcare Administration. Jandira Rodriguez, Associate in Science degree and Healthcare Administration. Melissa Alvarez, Associate in Science degree and Health Administration. Norman William Hicks, Associate in Science degree, Liberal Arts and Science, Math and Natural Sciences. Emma Lebicus, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Autumn Samantha Chassis, Associate in Science, Veterinary Technician. Diamond Chapman, Associate in Science, Veterinary Technician. Jasenia Vega Soda, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Claudia Rosemary Akamachi, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Stephanie Rose Richards, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Giovanni Kucher, Associate in Science and again Veterinary Technician. Sebastian Stefano Gullen, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production and Film and Video.
Edward Brzezinski.
Brett Edward Brzaskus, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Film and Video, Certificate in New Media Production, Film and Video as well.
Zachary Underwood.
Zachary Underwood, Certificate in New Media Production and Film and Video. Ever Capriston, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Degree Media Networking. Jerry Jose, Associate in Science degree, Computer Information System Networking, Certificate in Computer Information System, Computer Networking. Kevin Thomas O'Rourke, Associate in Art Degrees and Political Science Studies. Jenny Ritchie, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Alexis E. Smith, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Isabella Lanata, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Stephanie Lewis Damien, Associate in Science degree and General Studies. Luke Lacasse, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Paola Cabraja, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Aaliyah Rogers, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician. Emma Rose Butler, Associate in Science and Veterinary Technician.
Albert Dennis Powell.
Albert Dennis Powell, Certificate in Advanced Manufacturing, Machine Technology. Aja Henderson, Associate in Science degree, Business Administration, and Certificate in Business Administration as well. Jelissa Mary Milton, Associate in Science degree, Liberal Arts Science, Math, and Natural Sciences. Angie Bennett, Associate in Science degree and General Studies. Salmari Suarez, Associate in Science degree and Human Services.
I can't hear you farther back. If you could speak into the mic, it's Jamian Palat.
Jamian Palat, Associate in Applied Science degree, New Media Production, Digital Media Marketing. Bethany Crum, Associate in Science, Technology Studies, Manufacturing, Engineering Technology. Jennifer Rose Burnock, Associate in Science degree and General Studies. Brittany Wilhelmina Benjamin, Associate in Science degree, Human Service, Mental Health. Quinice Casablanca, Associate in Art degree, Social Work Studies. Autumn Johnson, Associate in Art degree, Associate in Science degree and Human Services. Melissa Murray Farquhar, Associate in Science degree and Automatic Design and Designing. Caroline Reynoso, again, Associate in Science degree. Karen Yvonne Martinez Leon, Associate in Science degree.
Bianca Marie Seminara.
Bianca Marie Cinemera, Associate in Science degree and Design and Dispensing. Alexandra Danielle Garcia, Associate in Science degree. Jin Young, Associate in Science degree and Design and Dispensing. Amanda Lewis Mellon, Associate in Science degree again.
Yep. The same degree as that.
Okay. Antonio Kowalczyk, Associate in Science degree.
Doug Bernacki, Associate.
Doc Bernkocky, Associate in Science degree and Mathematics degree. Jacqueline Hart, Associate in Science degree and Business Administration, Certificate in Business Administration.
Just like that. Stanley Costello. Zabala. God bless you. Thank you.
Stanley Castillo Zabala, Associate in Science degree and Healthcare Administration. Brandon David Claudio, Certificate in New Media Production, Audio and Music Production. Liam Hardinot, Associate in Science degree and General Studies. Belny Lewis Cruz, Associate in Science degree, Computer Information System, Networking, Certificate in Computer Information System, Computer Networking. Samuel Morales Ferreras, Associate in Art degree, Liberal Arts, Science, Arts and Humanities. Elizabeth Tullidge, Associate in Science degree, Early Childhood Education, Certificate in Early Childhood Education. Sean O'Donnell Macaulay, Associate in Science degree and General Studies. Emily Rose Baldock, Associate in Art degree and Biology Studies. Cassidy Cassidy Olivia Milford, Associate in Art Degree, Associate in Science, Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Jamie. You can do James, it's fine.
Jamie Fasanos, Associate in Art Degree and Communication Studies. Lily Desjardins, Associate in Art Degree and Associate in CCHU Psychological Trans Studies. John Chenov, Psychological Studies. Dalia Sudenko, Computer Networking Associate in Science. Maradi Lopez, Associate in Science Degree, Health Information Technology and Data Management. Nicholas Richard Bonton, Associate in Science Degree, General Studies. Jessica Aquino Rodriguez, Associate in Science Degree, Early Childhood Education and Certificate in Early Childhood Education. Maria Ramirez, Associate in Science Degree, Business Administration and Certificate in Business Administration. Lawrence Allen Sealing, Associate in Art Degree, Business Studies and Certificate in Business Administration. David Vizikowski, Business Studies, Certificate in Business Administration. Nissa Rose Lamb, Associate in Science Degree, Healthcare Administration. Brian Alexander Drews, Associate in Art Degree and Communication Studies.
Will all of our graduates please stand? By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents for Higher Education in the state of Connecticut, I hereby declare the Associates of Arts degree, the Associates of Applied Science degrees, the Associates of Science degrees, and all certificates conferred. Graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Graduates and audience, I now present to you the Connecticut State Community College Middle Class of 2026. I love all the rowdiness, y'all. Graduates, once again, can you please join me in thanking our families, our friends, your children, our faculty, and all of those who helped you get to this point this evening. I charge you to take pride in your hard work, your persistence, and your resilience that brought you to this moment. I charge you to use the knowledge and skills that you gained here to create opportunities for yourself, to uplift and advocate for others, and contribute meaningfully to your community. I charge you to continue learning, whether through work, further education, or personal growth, with curiosity, with humility, with courage, and with purpose. I charge you to lead with integrity, to uplift others, and to carry forward the values that shaped your time at CT State Middlesex. Congratulations. May your paths ahead be as bright as your spirits carry you today. Congratulations. All, will you, yes! Congratulations, and will all of our guests please stay in your places until our Grand Marshal leads out our dignitaries, our faculty and staff. Graduates, after the faculty and staff, our marshals will help you file out. Friends and families, please remain in your seats until our graduates have filled. Thank you.